Catching an ant queen is an intriguing pursuit for both novice and experienced ant keepers, requiring an understanding of the natural behaviors and life cycle of ants. The timing of catching a queen ant is critical and is influenced by several factors including the species of the ant, geographical location, and environmental conditions. The optimal time for this endeavor generally aligns with the nuptial flight period, when ant queens and males leave their nests to mate and establish new colonies. This period is essential because it is the only time when ant queens are out in the open and accessible for capture. The nuptial flight of ants is a remarkable event driven by environmental cues such as temperature, humidity, and seasonality. Typically, these flights occur during the warmer months of the year, often in spring and summer, though this can vary significantly depending on the specific species and local climate conditions. For instance, in temperate regions, many ant species have the nuptial flights in late spring to early summer, often following a warm rain which increases humidity and softens the ground, making it easier for the newly mated queens to dig and start their new colonies. In tropical regions, nuptial flights can occur throughout the year, although they are still often timed with periods of high humidity. Understanding the local ant species is crucial because each species has its own specific nuptial flight timing. Some species are diurnal, flying during the day, while others are nocturnal. For example, species like the Lasius niger typically have the nuptial flights in the late afternoon to early evening, whereas Myrmica species often fly in the middle of the day. Weather conditions play a significant role in determining the exact timing of nuptial flights. A warm day with high humidity following a rainstorm creates ideal conditions for many species. The rain helps to soften the soil, making it easier for queens to start their colonies, and the humidity is favorable for the delicate wings of the queens and males. Wind conditions also matter. Calm days are preferred as strong winds can hinder the ant's ability to fly and mate successfully. Therefore, monitoring weather forecasts and being prepared to act on short notice when conditions are ideal can increase the chances of successfully catching a queen. The time of day is another critical factor. As mentioned, some ant species fly during the day while others are active at night. For diurnal species, mid-morning to late afternoon is often the best time, whereas nocturnal species may require late evening or even nighttime efforts. It's beneficial to be flexible and observe ant activity patterns in your local environment to determine the best times for specific species. Locating potential nesting sites before the nuptial flights can also be advantageous. Many ant species prefer open, sunlit areas for their nests. Observing ant colonies in parks, gardens, and other open spaces can help identify likely spots where nuptial flights will originate. Once the nuptial flight begins, these areas can become hotspots for catching queens as they emerge and take to the air. Patience and keen observation are essential during this time. Equipment and preparation are also key to successfully catching an ant queen. Basic tools such as vials or test tubes with a water reservoir, a fine paintbrush, and a collection container can make the process more efficient. After capturing a queen, creating an ideal environment for her to start a new colony is crucial. This typically involves a simple test tube set up with water, cotton, and a dark, quiet place to encourage her to lay eggs. Ensuring the queen has a stress-free environment will increase the chances of her successfully establishing a new colony. Over time, as the colony grows, more elaborate habitats can be introduced to accommodate the expanding colony. Ethical considerations should also be taken into account when catching ant queens. It's important to respect local wildlife regulations and ensure that capturing queens does not negatively impact local ecosystems. Additionally, responsible ant-keeping practices should be followed to avoid the accidental release of non-native species into the environment, which can have harmful ecological consequences. In conclusion, the best time to catch an ant queen is during the nuptial flight period, which varies depending on species, location, and environmental conditions. Monitoring weather patterns, understanding local species behavior, and being prepared with the right equipment and knowledge can greatly enhance the chances of successfully capturing a queen. Ethical considerations and responsible ant-keeping practices are essential to ensure that this fascinating hobby does not negatively impact local ecosystems. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more.